welcome everybody. Thank you for watching our short video today. We have created a video because we've got the lovely Brenda Treadgold here, who very kindly did a painting for us to hang in our church here at Fundersley, and we're really excited to get it up on the wall and show everybody our first ever commissioned piece for the church. So we're really looking forward to that. And we've invited Brenda here really just to find out what her inspiration was for doing that painting. So over to you, Brenda, just explain.
Thank you for inviting me. It's lovely to be here. I feel quite honoured actually. My inspiration for the painting, I love nature, particularly woodlands, and I find that I feel that when people are feeling poorly, they will often go for a walk within nature. You know, nature heals. I love trees. I love all the woodland features. I think trees are living, breathing things, and they will talk to you if you listen.
Yeah.
There's so many other spiritual creatures in a woodland. If you take the time to stop and stare. But yes, I've got toadstools and bits and bobs. I find the whole feeling of a woodland fascinating, and I always have done, you know. But there is a lot of spirit within nature,
and you've captured that for us in this picture. So
I hope so.
You have. It's beautiful. Yeah. It really is lovely. You've also put some angels in there, Brenda. I know that we've had yourself and Richard in to do some angel workshops for us in church. So I was just wondering, have you always been drawn to the angel world?
Angels are around us anyway. You only have to look for the signs. I'm going to try and explain this, and I hope I don't break down in doing so. When my granddaughter died, aged 12, some years back, she died in Little Havens Hospice. We went to visit straight away. And as I walked in, I saw her guardian angel behind her, and I have never seen anything so huge. I've never seen an angel before, and I've never seen one since. It was absolutely huge to the ceiling. No wings, and so just the shape, and all embracing, almost like the arms were embracing Ebony. It was a pale gold, a pale glowing gold, and I have never forgotten that, and I never will. It was a beautiful sight, and it made me feel a lot better.
Wow.
You know, but I will stop there because I should start crying. But yes, so they are very important. You only have to ask, reach out to them, and they will reach out to you.
That's lovely. Thank you for sharing that with us. Oh, that's so lovely. But you've been drawn to angels ever since, and you work with them, don't you, as well?
I do. Richard more so. Richard does a lot of angel workshops, and they are very popular because I think most people, if you ask them, do believe in angels. You know, the healing of, the nurturing, they're there for you, but people don't ask. You know, you must ask. If you need help, ask. I ask the universe a lot for help on behalf of others, and I can tell you this, it works. It really does work.
They can't step in and help us unless we put that question out. They can't help us unless we ask. So we have to ask. We have to ask.
Yes, you have to
for the help.
Yeah.
That's lovely, isn't it? How comforting. It's a lovely story. So I think there's two angels in the picture. Yes, there is, just refreshing myself. And some fairies as well, and some beautiful orbs. It's beautiful. We think of angels a lot here at Fundersley. We've got the wings up there on the rostrum, and we talk a lot about them protecting. You know, we've got guardians and the angel realm protecting the building, and I think that there's a lot of angelic love in these centres, and in your homes if you invite them in.
Yes.
So yeah, it's lovely. Thank you very much, Brenda. So you are a fantastic artist. We can see that. We've got the painting to prove it. But you also work in spiritual medium as well. So I want to ask you a little bit about that, how long you've been working with spirit in that way, and you know, when did you first know that you could?
Back in the 90s, I started working with spirit on platform. As a child, I would see all sorts of weird things going on and blurt out things, and my mother used to actually call me a witch. So, you know, I think children are aware anyway. Spirit will always go to children because they're so open.
Definitely.
But yes, I would see faces in things. I've always been fascinated by faces. And I think this is where this has led me to, you know, now doing what I do. There's so much in a human face. I find I do watch. I people watch. Having got into trouble in the past with people watching, but you know, there's so much that you can draw from a person's face. I don't mean physically draw it, but you can know that person, you know, by their face.
So we communicate, don't we, a lot with our facial expressions. So you can pick up how people are feeling by looking at their face and their expression. And working in that way, so you've always had that feeling. But I've seen you work as a spiritual artist, giving out messages of clairvoyance. And the pieces that you create are absolutely brilliant. You know, like a real lifelike face that people can get hold of and recognise. So I wonder if you've got any stories attached to that.
Yeah, I found being able to draw the person that comes through from spirit, and they come through as plain as me looking at you here. Yeah. They also come through with the feeling of that person, their nature. Sometimes I've had them come through quite angry, and they will swear. And I will say this, people do not change when they go to spirit. They don't become spiritual. Beautiful beings, they have the same nature they did as they were on earth. And they come back like that. It can be quite funny sometimes, but obviously when you're on platform, you have to be careful how you produce what you're given. I find it is quite funny sometimes, but yeah. I suppose it's known as overshadowment, really. Sometimes they allow me to see into their homes, which is lovely, or their place of work. I get the whole feeling of that person, as well as being able to see them, which is a bonus. All sorts of quirky little things. As I said, shall I mention the child that I drew once?
Okay.
I did a drawing before. Sometimes I will do a drawing before I leave for the evening. And I drew a child, and this little boy must have been about 5 or 6 years old. And for the life of me, I could not get the top of his head straight. I just couldn't get it. It just did not work. Whatever's the matter with me? I can't do this. So I finished the top of his head as usual, held the drawing up, and his foster family were in the audience. And they immediately claimed him. I'd also written down his name, their names, and other names to go with the family. He said, everything's, you know, just so, but he was slightly deformed and the top of his head was misshapen. So I thought, right, okay. Bless his heart, you know, he came through for them. But that was a strange one. I've gone all through simply to have to not be able to draw the top of his head. I wondered what was going on with me, and then I found out.
So it's that's that trust in spirit that they talk about, isn't it? You know, sometimes you get the information as it is, and you get worried about giving that. Oh no, that's not right. That can't be right. Yeah. And then kick yourself after, because actually, if you'd gone and drew the head how you were impressed to draw it, rather than kind of adapting it to look normal, then they'd just be like wowed by it, you know. But it's that trust, isn't it? And I guess you learn that over
for me, that was total evidence.
Yeah,
you know, which was really lovely for me to be able to give.
Yeah.
People that some people say, oh, perhaps, you know, people that aren't very spiritual say it's a coincidence, it's rubbish, it's this. That to me was, if anybody wants to question it, you know, that's the truth from spirit.
You can't make that up, can you? You can't make that up.
No.
No. It's lovely. And also, when you work in that way with the spiritual art, and you're putting the evidence on the bottom, creating a picture, it's lovely when you're receiving the message, because you've got that picture to take away with you.
Yes.
So often we get given a message from a medium, and you know, by the time you get home, bits of it you've forgotten. So I've always loved that about the spiritual artwork, that you know, you go away with that picture, you've got it forever then. So that's really lovely. How many do you think you've done over the years? How many pictures do you think you've done?
Gracious. I've hundreds, I don't know, more than that, many hundreds. You know, it's just
it's crazy when you think of it. You think there might be people watching this video that have got a picture that you've done for them. So please do share with us in the comments.
Quite a lot out there somewhere.
Yeah, it's lovely. Thank you, Brenda. What else have we got here? I know that you do a lot of work, charity work, for the Pony and Horse Sanctuary over just as you enter Pitsea area. So talk to us about that, because I think that's a really lovely project.
Essex Horse and Pony Protection Society in Pitsea. I work there, I'm a trustee, I also work there as a volunteer. I run their charity shop and I maintain the gardens there. Sadly, we've had to close this year, obviously, so we're desperately trying to fundraise online. But we get some really tragic cases coming. We've also got goats, pigs and chickens there.
Oh, really?
All rescues, obviously. But the actual running costs at the moment there are £16,000 per month.
Wow.
Obviously, we have staff there. We don't have many staff. We do have a lot of volunteers, which will work with the horses as well, which is lovely. But the medication, the vet's bills, the staff wages, the feed, and also the rent for the land. It's colossal. It sounds an awful lot of money, but it's quickly swallowed up.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So we're always fundraising.
So is there anything that our people watching the video can do to help? Or?
If you could look online, it's under EPS, EHPPS. There's always something going on, a fundraising scheme. So that would be lovely. I mean, even if you just put £1 on, if 100 people put £1, that would be fabulous. Yeah. You know, there's always something going on there for people to help.
Yeah. I know when you visited us in the past to do your various workshops, we do a bit of drumming here with you. You've brought along some horseshoes that one of the ladies have made up into like a beautiful ornament. I know I've got one in my hall. But it's little bits like that people can. Yeah, they're beautiful. That's
our manager that makes those. I don't know where she gets the time to do those, but she makes those. Yeah, they are lovely. They are absolutely lovely. And always for sale. So.
It's brilliant. Yeah. Thank you. Let's hope that we drum up a little bit of help and support for the charity there. And I want to extend our massive thanks to you from all of us at Fundersley and the team. Congregation for the Future as well, going to come into the church, I'm sure, for many years and look at this beautiful painting that you've done for us. So from the bottom of my heart, I do say thank you, Brenda, for everything that you do for Spirit. You really are a wonderful, wonderful advocate for Spirit, and you really are a beautiful soul. So we love you loads. So hope to see you at lots of events in the future when we can open up and do some, get back to normal and do some drumming workshops, hopefully next year, and get involved with the charity bits and fundraising that you do as part of that. So thank you so much.
Thank you for asking me. Thank you very much for asking me.
Absolute joy. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna.